Oklahoma landed in one player's top 5 who's planning on visiting this weekend. We'll discuss coming up next here on Locked On Sooners.
You are Locked On Sooners, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma Sooners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Again, thanks for making Locked On Sooners your first listen every single day. Shout out to all the everydayers out there. Tune in and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're free and available on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button to let you know when new episodes drop. Jay, the Oklahoma Sooners landed in the top 5 for an in-state 4-star running back prospect, one Kaden Jones. Oklahoma was included alongside Tennessee, Kansas, Louisville, and Vanderbilt. He's the number 17 running back in the 2026 class and the number 3 player in the state of Oklahoma. Also a legacy for Oklahoma. And here's what he had told on 3. He said, "It is the hometown school. My dad played there, and they have been on me hard since my freshman year. Coach Murray is great too. Some would say he's the best recruiter out there. Bringing in Coach Arbuckle has my attention too."
I mean, I watched Kaden Jones play, and the dude's a beast. My nephew played ball with him at Broken Arrow before he transferred over to Jinx, similar to what his father did, and the kid's good. Explosive, strong, and he seems to be a little bit more athletic than his dad. You know, no shade to Pops. You know, love you, Keywan. But Katie seems like he's got him beat in the athleticism, and the kid can play. And so you've got a lot of big schools after him. Like I said, he dropped his top 5, which included Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, and Kansas. So he's got a lot of he got some SEC schools in there. I think he got a visit recently with Colorado, or if Colorado came to come visit him. So everybody in the country, a lot of big schools have offered this kid, and he's one that a lot of teams want. To me, we need to make sure we land him because we need to keep this OK Prep agenda going, because as you continue to start seeing more really good players come out of the state, you want to show that you're willing to recruit the local guys on top of going after, not only the big ones, but, some of the really good ones that you want to build up, because you don't want another Josh Jacobs situation. You don't want another Robert Meacham situation to happen. You want to make sure you can lock up as many of those in-state dudes as you possibly can.
And this kid is really, really good. He's an explosive player that can make plays after contact. He's going to be a fit in a Ben Arbuckle scheme because he's a good pass catcher. He's just a good do-it-all running back. He's a good return man. Again, just good at all of it. And so while this is a legacy and this kid stands out on his own merit, it's not just a kid that's getting the offer, getting the pursuit because his dad played under Bob Stoops at the same time that Brent Venables was there. No, this is Josh Heupel's coming after him too. Lance Leipold's coming after him too. So some very well-respected coaches are trying to get this kid to come to their school. And it's one of those recruitments that Oklahoma has to win. I feel comfortable saying that Oklahoma's got a really good shot to win it. Nothing to me is ever certain in recruiting, but I think that they've got as good a chance as anybody. But this is one I think they got to win. And when you add Torrey Blaylock in 2025 as your only running back in the cycle, you've got to maybe go a little bit deeper in 2026 because you're going to have some guys going out the door in the 2020 after 2025 going into 2026. Javonte Barnes won't be here in 2026. Gavin Sawchuk won't be here in 2026. Sam Franklin won't be here in 2026. You'll probably still have Xavier Robinson and Taylor Tatum and Torrey Blaylock. But you'll need to make sure that you load up on some running backs to get ready for the potential departure of X-Rob and Tatum in 26 or 27.
Yeah, you got to have a stable of backs regardless, because in college football, the way that they get beat up, no matter what happens, they're going to get beat up. It's college football, getting tackled constantly. You got to have that stable and those guys in the background just in case. You're going to need guys for the scout team. Had a conversation with somebody about that not too long ago. You're going to need scout team guys. You got to, and the better your scout team guys are, the better your team can prepare for the opposition, especially if you guys that can emulate who you're going up against. And so, for Oklahoma, he's a must get. not only as a legacy, but in state. And he's talented. So we're not talking about a situation where you got a back that's not talented. I mean, look at Xavier Robinson. He comes in and, yeah, you've got yourself a future back. So, yeah, DeMarco Murray, do your thing. Go make the magic happen. Ben Arbuckle, we love the fact that your offense is very running back friendly, not only with run games, because it's more of a heavy run offense in general, especially because John Mateer is going to get that runs, those design runs too. But you're going to leverage your running backs like crazy, not only in the pass game and run game and the pass game. You're probably going to use a lot of running backs too. So it's not going to put a lot of wear and tear on their bodies. They're going to be able to put up numbers while not always being the only backs getting hit. Yeah, we need to pick up Kaden Jones, period.
As things stand right now, you have 3 commits in the 2026 cycle. Jaden O'Neal, 4-star prospect, interior offensive lineman Will Conroy, and 3-star tight end Ryder Mix. So it's an intriguing group that I think is going to continue to build. Yeah. And I think, again, you add a guy like Kaden Jones, and that gives you another blue chip prospect to continue to build that offense around. Right now, you have no defensive pledges, but you're loading up so far on offense, and nobody's decommitted since Ben Arbuckle got hired. You had the Jonathan Hatton decommitment in the fall, but that was, I think, a kid wanting to reopen his recruitment because his recruitment was starting to heat up in a much bigger way. So it's understandable. That's just the way that's going to go. But again, Oklahoma in the top 5 for Kaden Jones, going to visit Norman again this weekend. He's been to campus quite a bit, as you'd imagine. Big weekend. As you imagine. And so it's going to be a big weekend. Any other big name prospects that you've kind of had your eye on, Jay, that you're excited are going to be visiting Norman this weekend?
Saw a linebacker out of Ohio, Sincere Johnson, like 6'3", 2.25, but he's out of Cleveland. So it's interesting because we've had 3. Now we have 3. Is it 3 guys left from Ohio, from the state of Ohio? We had 4 last year. So you had Caden Woolard. You got Kendall Dobie, Reggie Powers. Oh, and there's one more. Who was the 4th person from Ohio? Oh, having a moment. But
was it one of the wide receivers? No.
I'm trying to think. Yeah. Who was the 4th wide receiver? Who was the 4th person from Ohio? There's 4 dudes on the roster that was from Ohio. I know that much. So, and Caden Woolard's gone. Still got Reggie Powers and Kendall Dobie, who's an Ohio kid. There's one more, and it's going to just bother me for a while. But anyway, we're starting to try to build a pipeline there and try to steal some people from Ohio State's backyard. Like, we're trying to get the coach. We need to get some more of these defenders, some more of these players from there, because Ohio produces some players. Mm-hmm. They really do. And Sincere looks good. When I was watching some of his film, I need to go dig even deeper in it, but there's a lot of other big name players, and you got Taj Overton coming in from Owasso, Tulsa boy. Like, this junior day is gonna be a huge one on Saturday. So keep your eyes open for all the pictures and stuff.
It's gonna be fun. We're not thinking of Jaden Jackson, right? Because I mean, I know he's IMG guy, but
Illinois. He was from Illinois.
Illinois. Okay. One of those upper Midwestern states. But anyway, I digress. And that's going to do it for today's episode of Locked On Sooners. Thanks so much for tuning in, being a part of the show. Subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're free and available on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to let you know when new episodes drop. Follow Jay at Unfair Sports. Also check out his channel, Unfair Sports, covering all of college football. Follow me at John9Williams. You can also read my work covering the Sooners over at SoonersWire.com. The show is at Locked On Sooners on all the social media platforms that you like to frequent. But until next time, he's Jay Smith. I'm John Williams. We'll talk to you then. Boomer.
Sooner.